Hello. Welcome back to the Bank Shot DJs podcast with your hosts. I'm Matt, the Schreiner, and I'm with my boy, my homie, man just got off a boat, Jacob, Denny Denholtz. What's good, Denny?
It's good to be back on land. Friday, January 5th, 8:53 p.m. Happy holidays, everyone. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's 2024. We are
crazy.
here.
Yeah. And NBA is rolling into the new year. So we are back and ready to talk some more ball.
We are ramped up. We are excited. There's a lot happening.
There's a lot going on right now in the league.
We're going to have a somewhat shorter episode, just kind of catch up because we've been gone over the holidays.
But still some good content.
Still some great content.
Some good stuff we're going to talk about today. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And we're going to start it off. We'll just have, I'll go over kind of my Suns a little bit right now.
What's up with them?
Well, you know, they won tonight. They played the Heat, and it was behind Grayson Allen's 31 with 9 threes. Pretty crazy. I don't even know.
Denny. Hold on.
Yes.
What do we do every single podcast?
Oh, shit.
Denny, I'm so sorry for those who are regulars. We have a tradition that we accidentally almost skipped.
Thank you for the reminder.
We are going to be taking a shot every single podcast until our Seattle Supersonics get a shot at coming back to this great association. So today we have some peach schnapps. And Denny, cheers to that. And then I'll let you get back to your Suns.
Bring it back.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah, that was good.
Ooh.
Anyway, yeah, so the Suns got the win tonight. Grayson Allen had 31 with 9 threes.
Fuck Grayson.
Unbelievable. You know, Beal actually played pretty well today, 26, 8, and 9. Book did his thing. You know, right now the Suns are in 8th place. They're 19 and 16. KD's been battling a hamstring injury, so he's been missing some time recently the past week or so. Nothing really has changed much from the last pod. They're still trying to just figure things out. It's kind of like what Simon was talking about last time. You know, just a lot of their success really just depends on the role players, specifically like Grayson Allen, Eric Gordon. And it's a little bit tough when that's kind of what's going to be a deciding factor. I will say someone who has looked impressive in the past couple of games has been Bol. He has been getting more time. And the last outing, I think he had 14 and 5. And the game before that, he had 11 and 9. So nice little stretch right now. We'll see if he keeps it up. We'll see if he starts getting more minutes. It's nice to see he's being used a little bit. I know we were kind of shitting on him a little bit before when Shaq was, you know, saying that he was, you know, another Wembanyama, or was before Wembanyama. Anyways, that's kind of what I got with the Suns. Do you have any comments on the Suns before?
Well, yeah. Shaq tweeted yesterday after that Bol's had 25 points the last 2 games.
Yeah.
So he's finally getting units. I'm really glad. I'm kind of agree with Shaq in a way still. I think Bol. Well, I mean, I watched that man firsthand when he played at Oregon, when he played against Wazoo and stuff like that. And Bol's amazing, dude. I think he has a lot of talent that just, you know, like, I get it. I get why the Suns don't play him that much. One, they have a lot of people to play ahead of him that actually play more minutes. Also, just like his dad, he's a fucking stick and he get injured really easily. So it's not like playing a shit ton of minutes. He's not like a stick like Wemby kind of stick who's meant to be out there or Chet, you know. But I think Bol's good. I hate Grayson Allen. I think I said that many times. Most people do. But kind of crazy he popped off today. And Denny, last time we recorded our podcast, we talked about Bradley Beal. We saw Bradley Beal go down with an ankle injury. So it's really good to see him get back, especially because I have him in fantasy. So about a month later, well, a little less than a month later.
Yeah. You know, of course, now when he's back and starting to get in the groove is what it looks like is now KD's been hurt.
Yeah.
I think he's dealing with some like right hamstring soreness, and it's been kind of bugging him for the past week, and they've just been careful, and so they haven't played him. Hopefully he's able to kind of ramp things up and get back out there, and the big three can hopefully get a couple more games under their belt because they haven't played together too much.
Yeah.
All 3 of them. So
that being said, the Suns still have a lot of ground to make up in the West.
Yeah, they do.
It's a tough conference. I know.
Yeah, I mean they moved up a couple spots in the standings, but with the West, everyone is, you know, so close in terms of records. Anything can happen like any day. So that's just the competition over in the West. But yeah, kind of wrapping up with the Suns, moving on to the kind of news around the league. But before we get into the news around the league, we've had some crazy games as of late.
Yeah.
We had that
Absolutely.
we had that Jokic game winner last night. That
Oh my
comeback
gosh.
game against the Warriors.
Playing against the Warriors, in Curry's face. Not in Curry's face. Who did he hit it over? Oh, I forget who he hit it over, but it was insane.
I can't even remember.
It
Yeah.
wasn't Clay. I don't know, you just saw Curry's face after the shot.
Was it Wiggins? No, it wouldn't have been Wiggins.
No, it was not Wiggins.
Was it Saric?
I think it was Saric. It makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense it was Saric. I think it was Saric. Anyways, yeah, absolutely.
Crazy shot.
He banked it in, right?
Yeah.
He banked it. Dude, I don't understand. And so I'm not sure how he shot tonight, but also before tonight, like Jokic is shooting, or he missed 5 total shots in his last 5 games. He's absolutely efficient from the floor, which is insane. Like, he's still so good. He's still in the MVP discussion. He will be for the years to come. And I think he's doing a lot more work tonight. I literally thought he was about to hit the game. We both thought he was about to hit the game winner again tonight against Magic, right?
Yep.
And so, yeah, 120 to 120. It was 40 seconds left on the clock or something like that. And they're going back. Oh, no, there's 9 seconds left on the clock when the Nuggets got the ball. And Jokic,
It got inbounded to Jokic first, so I was like, here we go again. But then he gave it to Jamal Murray.
Unselfishly gave it to Jamal, and Jamal fucked it up. So
he should have gave it down to him.
Well,
to
yeah,
Jokic.
because they offset, and he got the mismatch. And Jalen Suggs is guarding Nikola Jokic.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jalen Suggs. Also tonight, we're going back. We're down rabbit hole here, but
yeah,
Jalen Suggs, Gonzaga alum. Talked about in the last podcast. Absolute killer with the best game winner of my entire life I've ever seen in basketball, or for college basketball at least, over UCLA. But he shot 7 threes tonight and finished with 20-something.
27.
27?
27 tonight.
So he had an amazing game. Paulo Banchero, Seattle man, had a 32.
Yep.
32-point triple-double.
Yep.
Freaking amazing.
I think Mo Wagner had like 17 or 19.
I forgot Mo Wagner's on Orlando still.
Yeah. So the Magic, I mean, they've been, they're still looking good.
Killing it.
Yeah.
Cole Anthony cut his hair.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And they've had some really good wins. Even when we talked about them in the last pod, they still had some good wins. So they're just they continue to build their resume. We talked about in the last pod, we didn't know who the coach was, Jamal Mosley. He's impressive over there. He
looks like Moses.
Yeah, he looks like Moses.
He's got this giant beard. It's so cool though.
And he's doing good things over there. And another crazy game was in the last pod we did the JD dunks of the week, and the game on Tuesday was supposed to be the Bucks. It was going to be Wemby and Giannis's first game matchup, and I think Wemby was hurt, so he didn't play. And then what was it, last night or 2 nights ago?
Yeah, so Wemby
now
was
we finally got the matchup though a couple nights ago.
Yeah, it was hilarious. Post game, Giannis just said, Whoever said Wemby was 7'3" is lying. That man's 6'5" or 7'5", 7'6".
Giannis said that?
Giannis said that in his post game. He's like, that man's huge. That was Giannis' first thing against him.
They were going at it.
They were, but I still think I was right that Giannis had like a 30-point game or something like that.
Giannis? Yeah.
He dropped like 30 on them.
You said he was gonna have 35 plus.
I think that's what I said.
And that's what you said. And I think he had 36.
Yeah. Yep.
They both had crazy games. The end of that game was crazy.
I actually have no idea how Wemby finished that game.
We'll have to pull up the stats.
Yeah.
But that was, the end of that game was so crazy when Wemby and Giannis were going at it. I didn't get to see it live, but I saw the highlights, and seeing that Giannis hit 2 threes back to back, crazy.
Absolutely insane.
Crazy. And then Wemby responded immediately too. Wemby had 27 and 9 with five blocks.
He had 5 blocks?
He had 5 blocks.
No shit.
27 and 9. Devin Vassell had 34.
Devin Vassell fan club.
Devin Vassell fan club. Yep.
Shout out to my Devin Vassell fan club.
He had 6 threes.
6 threes. That's why we have the Devin Vassell fan club.
And he had that Wemby had that block on Giannis towards the end of the game.
Yeah.
That was a pretty crazy block.
Yeah. Wemby's slowly getting better. I'll bite my tongue a little bit. He's doing better. But Giannis is... Yeah. I thought Giannis's production was going to go way down with Dame on the team. not way down, but down. But it was the exact opposite. Dame's production is going down, and Giannis is making franchise record games. We talked about this in the last podcast.
Yep.
And franchise record for most points in a game, 60-something point game.
64, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better than Kareem's previous record holder.
Yep.
And Oscar Robertson was before him.
Yeah, Giannis has been on a tear. He's been just doing his thing.
He's killing it.
And his stats right now are consistent of what he's been averaging like the past couple of years. So he's just kept it up, just been doing his thing.
And it's crazy to me. Like I'm now talking about this out loud and looking at the stats and stuff like that. And he's not even like a top 3 or 4 in MVP voting either.
Crazy.
Or I mean, there's no votes officially right now, but like MVP ladder, like nobody has him in the
they're
top 4.
They're not talking about him, yeah.
But that's because there's some absolute fucking ballers out there right now, which I'll get to.
We're going to be
later.
talking about a couple soon.
We'll talk about. Well, we already talked about Jokic.
Yeah,
Jokic is a top 3 MVP guy right now, for sure. And there's another Joel Embiid's probably up there for talks again this year for winning it back to back.
Oh yeah, he's been averaging like 30 and like 15.
He's leading the league
consecutive
in points
games
per game
or something like that, dude. He's going crazy.
He's missed seven or 8 games already so far this season.
Yeah,
that's one interesting thing because the new
65.
Rule. Yeah, he has to hit.
He's got to at least play 65
he can't
games.
Miss 17 games or something like that.
Yeah, he's got to play. I think 65 games to be eligible.
He's missed
for all the awards.
7 or 8. I talked about this with some of my friends.
Yep.
Like, yeah, what he's doing is insane. He's scoring a lot of points, but like, I'll talk about it. I'll talk about other guys later. Luka's up there for MVP discussion as well. Luka's insane. Luka's been having a tear. Luka and Shea are tied for most 30-point games in the league right now.
Yep.
I think they both have 24 30-point games, 24, 25.
Yep, something like that.
So, and he's been getting a lot of help out there in Dallas now. Kyrie's coming back a little bit more like old Kyrie, a little bit. Not quite the same, but Kyrie's definitely stepped up from what he was last year, I feel like.
Yeah, they've kind of dipped a little bit recently. They've lost a couple games. They've been struggling with the past couple games, but Kyrie's been hurt a little bit.
Yeah. Derek Lively.
I'm not concerned about that team. I think right now they've been looking pretty good so
Derek
far.
Derek Lively is everything I said.
Yeah.
I like Derek Lively. I knew he was going to be good at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, we were talking about it with Simon last pod. He was talking about Dante Exum for some reason has come alive and been playing well. Been playing good minutes for him. Going back to Giannis, one thing that's been nice about his production is I have him in fantasy in a couple leagues,
I also have him in fantasy.
Having him in points leagues when he just fills the stat sheet like that is very nice.
He did so well. I think in my Devin Vassell fan club, he got me like 30-something points, which is a lot for my Yahoo one.
Yeah,
he got me like 48 points, and it won me the week.
I think in ESPN he's dropped in a 100-point fantasy game.
Yeah,
so
absolutely insane. I think he has the record for most points, fantasy points in a game so far.
Yeah,
absolutely insane. I mean, it really depends on your league and stuff like that. I feel like there's no consistency with fantasy basketball because people had like triple-double bonuses, which triple-double bonuses are going crazy for people like Nikola Jokic right now.
Yep.
Well, apparently Paulo Banchero tonight. So yeah,
I know that'll be another nice fantasy game for him. Whoever's got Paulo tonight.
Yeah, you got the Lakers playing the Grizzlies right now too. Speaking about the Grizzlies, you want to talk about a man that's back from the dead.
Yeah, this is his 9th game back. Ja Morant is back with the team. 8 games in, he's been averaging 25, 8 and 5. So it seems like he's kind of gone back to doing his thing. But the team has not been doing well, though.
No, they still suck.
No.
Yeah, like we did talk about this. We said, they're going to come alive a little bit when Ja gets back.
But they're still a mess.
But we both agreed. We both called this. We said Ja's not going to be enough for them to come back.
Yes.
And that's exactly what's happening. But Ja's still looking amazing.
Yep.
I had the stats pulled up here. He's averaging 25.6, 5.4 rebounds, 8.3 assists, and he's shooting 47% from the field right now. Lakers and Grizzlies are playing right now. At this time, what time is it? It's 9:07, and it's Lakers are up 87-82. So, I mean, I'm honestly rooting for the Grizzlies on this one right now. But yeah,
I'm surprised they're in it right now.
Good to see Ja back.
Yeah,
not holding any weapons of some sorts.
Yeah, well, I think that what we've talked about, the main issue with that team is they have their top guys like Ja, Bane, Triple J, Smart starting to play good minutes for him. But besides that,
Yeah.
They don't have any other help.
No.
Besides Santi Aldama, so it's those four guys.
They have D-Rose.
Yeah.
Not
I don't think he's been doing much. So they just have no help. And Triple J, I don't know, we keep talking about it. He's been a little bit disappointing offensively this season.
Still averaging over 20 points per game, though, isn't he?
Yeah, but what I noticed is his rebounding. He's only averaging 5.5 rebounds per game.
And he was, when we talked about our first preseason episode, we talked to him about being a defensive player of the year.
Yep.
Not even close to that discussion right now.
Yeah, no.
I don't think he
not
will
even,
ever
not
be
even in
considered.
consideration, no.
Yeah, no. Which is absolutely insane because, a lot of people had him as a defensive player of the year candidate last year. And then preseason this year, we thought he was going to
I had him as my preseason defensive player of the year.
Too.
Yeah.
I don't remember anybody else.
Especially with Ja out, I was like, oh, dude. He's taking this.
Great.
Bismack Biyombo averages more rebounds than him right now.
What?
He averages 6.4.
Where's Biyombo? Is on the?
He's on the Grizz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, it's so crazy.
So,
but my favorite, probably highlight of the new. Well, I'm not sure. I think this game was last week. Highlight though of Ja's return, in my opinion, has got to be that dunk over Wemby. Do you see that?
That was crazy.
Insane. Yeah. And you could see him smiling. He's having fun. He's playing real basketball again.
Yeah. Hopefully he just keeps it ball. Just straight ball, nothing else. Yeah.
I know I just said he doesn't need weapons, but he needs weapons on this court, is what I'm saying.
Yep.
You need some help up there.
Yep.
So yeah. Grizzlies still kind of suck, but I mean I hope they can rally and beat the Lakers. Lakers are 17-18. They're still pretty low. We'll talk about the Lakers real quick. Now that we're on the topic, I guess. They've
been struggling since the play-in. The in-season tournament.
They won the in-season tournament.
Yeah.
And now they're one game below 500. This is before this game is finished,
There's just been a lot of questions over there. And with
the biggest questions I've heard from Lakers fans that I know, Trent Doy out there, is Darvin Ham.
Yep.
I've heard a lot of people in the locker room don't like Darvin Ham at all. I've heard Dawson Reeves doesn't like Darvin Ham.
Yep.
And obviously, ever since LeBron's left Miami, he's just not been on great terms with a lot of his coaches. Ty Lue's his best thing, but he controlled Ty Lue.
Yep.
LeBron, that'd be great. I'd actually love to see LeBron James be a head coach in the NBA once he retires. Besides the point, it's not. They have good talent. They have a deep roster. They can literally just play one good game. I don't think this is the game I'm talking about, but they could just get one good win, and they could turn it around. But they had losses against Toronto. They barely beat the Spurs. They lost to Sacramento. They lost to the Clippers. They're just, yeah.
I think a lot of their issues just stems from, the internal shit that's going on with Darvin Ham and everything. I think that with time, hopefully they'll be able to figure things out. Any team that has LeBron on there, they'll be able to figure their shit out eventually.
AD was doing really good at the beginning.
Yeah, I mean AD's been killing it. We look back to what him and LeBron were doing in the in-season tournament.
Literally, those duo won an entire tournament.
Yeah, much. So I think when they have that potential, they'll be looking good. But looking, around at other news, there was a trade that happened over the break.
Yeah,
there was a trade between the Knicks and the Raptors. OG Anunoby is headed to New York. Along with Precious Achua and Malachi Flynn.
Go Cougs.
The Raptors in return got RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickley, and a 2024 second rounder.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, Matt, on this trade?
At first, I saw that and so again, go back to our last episode that I actually just listened and released to. We were just talking about how disappointing OG was.
Yep.
Fast forward to now, I was like, the Raptors just completely raped the fucking Knicks on this trade. Emmanuel Quickley's had a great season, and RJ Barrett's not as good as he could have been, but he still has potential. I was like, oh my God, Raptors absolutely just killed this trade. I thought it was like a no-brainer. And then right after this trade, the Raptors handed the Detroit Pistons their first win after their historic 29 game losing streak. 28 game losing streak, and then they handed them their first win. So I don't know. I don't know how good I feel about that answer still. I really like Emmanuel Quickley. I think he's great, and I don't know.
He's already starting for them. He just slid into the starting lineup. Him and RJ both just slid in the starting lineup.
They played today, didn't they?
They're playing right now against the Kings. Actually.
Oh yeah. They're not winning that game.
They're down right now.
I guess there's 5 minutes left.
I was just looking at the stats. I think both RJ and Quickley have like 15 plus.
Oh, that's a good game.
So they've been playing well.
Detroit. Speaking of the Pistons,
oh wow,
Pistons and Golden State are tied at 100 right now, 100 points each, and there's a 156 left in the fourth. Keep you updated on how that ends, depending on how far we get in this podcast.
But in terms of the Knicks, I think that OG's a great fit for New York.
I think he'll be great with Jalen Brunson.
Yep.
Jalen Brunson will use him really well.
And he's a great primary or perimeter defender that they needed. They didn't really have a perimeter defender, I feel like.
Yeah.
Catch and shoot guy when he's feeling it. And I think they're 3-0 since he's gone there, since he's played.
That's awesome.
They just won again tonight. And they've been looking dominant too. I think in every game.
Good. I think they're what are their place in the East?
I think they're top 6.
Yeah, they're looking good.
They've been looking impressive. So they're 8th, 20 and 15. They're 20 and 15, 6 and 4 in their last 10. But I think since OG has joined, they've been playing a lot better. So we'll keep looking at that. But another team that's been hot, Matt, is the Clippers.
Yeah,
we were talking about this a little bit in the last pod, and they've stayed hot.
You know what? But speaking about JD's dunks, you remember one of your dunks games?
Clippers versus the Thunder.
Clippers versus Thunder, and I was completely right.
How did that game go?
Oh, Thunder killed them by like 20 plus points. It was insane. It was so nice to see. I was very happy with it. Shay's always, like, every single Clippers game. It doesn't matter for how long it's going to be. Shay's going to get revenge on that Clippers team.
Yeah. Was that in OKC?
No, I don't know, actually. Yes, it was.
Yeah,
it was Russ's return.
Yeah.
It was Russ's return.
Yep.
So Russ got a standing ovation, as he should.
Yep.
My favorite Thunder ever, which is weird because that's not what I would have said a while back. But KD, you're a snake now. And moving on. Focusing back on the Clippers. I know you love KD still.
No comment. Yeah.
I know. I get it.
No, it's okay. No.
I like him a lot more now that he's not on the Warriors.
There we go. Yeah.
But
there we go.
Going back to the Clippers, yeah, they're killing it. They've only lost 2 games in their last 15 games or whatever.
They won tonight against the Pels.
They won against the Pels tonight.
Yep.
Pels have been on and off, but
Russ had a 8-5-5 with 2 steals and 2 blocks.
Russ is. Let's just talk about Russ right now for a second. Speaking of which, Russ is finally just happy right now, coming off the bench.
Oh yeah.
Nobody ever would have thought him doing that. He's so happy. He's playing good basketball. He's being a lot more efficient from the field. His stats are up, and people don't think. Here's okay. I'm gonna go back to the Lakers real quick because I hate all the fucking Lakers fans last year who blamed the Lakers losing last year because of Russ. This is obviously not the reason. Russ is part of the reason that they're winning right now. They were on a bad losing streak. Russ was very selfless and said, "Put me off the bench, so let the other guys get chemistry," and it worked. James Harden is doing good. James Harden's looking like his own self again a little bit, like a role player. He's not just being he's not just taking over the game. PG and Kawhi and all, Kawhi has been in and out here and there, but
well, it's like what we talked about. When he first got traded, was he had to be a part of he had to be in the system. He couldn't be the system. He had to be a part of the system. He had to be a facilitator to the scorers on the team who are Paul George and Kawhi, and he's been doing that as of late really effectively. He had 13 assists tonight.
They're 4th in the conference now,
and they're 8-2 in their last 10. They've been on a tear. Kawhi's been on a tear. He was averaging 30 last month.
Yeah.
The whole team has just been playing really well. And go back to the Russ thing really quick. Whenever I hear about the haters or anything, from last season, all I want to say is just go back and watch Russ in the playoffs last year. That's all I gotta say.
No, yeah, no. Yeah. I got really mad at Lakers fans.
Go look at Russ's highlights and stats from the playoffs last year.
It was never Russ's fault, and now you see the Lakers struggling again right now, just like they were struggling this same exact time last year. And you can't blame it on Russ. Who are you gonna blame it on? Now they're blaming it on Darvin Ham. They're always finding somebody to blame, which I'm not saying they're necessarily wrong completely. But last year, it was never Russ. Russ is still good. Russ, just also speaking about Russ, earlier this week, he just reached number 25 on the all-time scoring list. Man is a Hall of Famer. Like
first ballot.
You can't deny that he is going to be a Hall of Famer.
Unanimous. No question.
No question here.
First ballot.
MVP, all-time triple-double leader, 25th all-time in points now.
Yep.
Only going up from here. He's not done playing basketball. He still looks like he's young. He's still getting up there.
Oh, yeah.
He still has the most insane hops from a point guard I've seen in a long time since Muggsy Bogues. Or Spud Webb. But man, like this, I'm excited. I know I just completely made the Clippers entirely about Russ, even though he's a bench player, but he's a big part of why they're winning.
I had an opportunity to see it live.
Yeah, you did. You saw him play against the Heat.
New Year's Day.
Talk about that.
Played against the Heat. They looked really well. They took the win. They won by 20.
You saw Jaime Jaquez play in the flesh.
Jaime Jaquez, I also bet on him. He did not hit, so that was a little frustrating. It was a hell of a fourth quarter watching that, but he was playing really well too.
UCLA scrum.
He was looking impressive, but that whole Clipper offense, man, they're locked in right now. What it seems like right now is they always have Harden and Russ out there, not together, but they'll have either Harden facilitating the offense or Russ facilitating the offense.
Right.
And I think it's working right now, and I think that's why Russ is having fun because he's been given the reins of that second unit. They're just like, Russ, go lead our second unit. Or sometimes he's even in there with PG.
He's still in there with.
They're like, go lead these guys. Yeah,
they take turns.
Yeah,
who's their coach right now?
Ty Lue.
Yeah,
Ty Lue's
killing it.
They figured it out right now.
All props to Ty Lue. Like I was talking about Ty Lue earlier when he was coaching LeBron.
Yep.
I totally just thought LeBron was coaching him, but now I think Ty Lue is really showing his true colors and trying to get kind of ferment his legacy that he's like an actual good coach, it wasn't just LeBron. And so I'm really excited for that, to see Ty Lue doing good out there.
If they keep this up, the Clippers could be scary.
They're only one game behind the Thunder.
Yeah, they could be scary.
Which the Thunder beat them I forget who else they lost to, but they only lost to two people during the last 17 games, and one of them was the Thunder. Yeah, they're good. They're just like this top.
You like mentioning that, don't you?
Yeah, I'll say it again. One more time. The Thunder beat the Clippers.
You gotta let the fans know. You gotta let everyone know.
Let them know. It was a great game. That was the game where. Was that the game where Chet bounced off the backboard to himself and dunked? Was that against the Clippers? I think that was. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. That was a nasty play.
That was a nasty.
Was that against the Clippers?
I think it was.
That's crazy.
Don't quote me on that, but it was.
Yeah.
That's a nasty play. We'll talk about him later.
Yeah. Well, so the Clippers are fourth in the West.
Yep.
Going over to the East, fourth in the East, the team that actually just played the Clippers when I saw that game, another team that's on the rise is the Heat. They've been looking really impressive right now.
Yep.
I mean, look, now they've won 8 of their last 12, including an impressive win against the Lakers the other night. And now they're fourth in the East. And they're doing this with Jimmy Butler out. He's been missing some time. Looking at the Heat, Matt, what do you think about the Heat? How have they been playing right now?
I mean, I called it. I'm just going to say that. We literally, on the last podcast with Simon, we were talking about underdogs. And I said I can't really call them an underdog just because they had a bad start.
Yep.
But I told you guys, I said, Heat are going to come back. Don't you worry about it. They had a shitty start to the beginning of the season. And here they are. They're showing up. They're doing great. They're 20 wins, 15 losses, 7.5 games back from first, but the Boston Celtics have the best record in the league. Yeah, I'm really excited for them. I'll bite my tongue. I don't like Jaime at all. I hate Jaime.
Yeah.
Just because UCLA guy playing against Gonzaga. He also just got all the fucking hype in the Pac-12 the last couple of years. And I'm not a Jaime fan at all, but he's doing a lot better than I thought he was going to do. He's really helping the team out.
Something I've noticed just from the Heat last year compared to this year is the usage of Duncan Robinson.
I completely forgot about Duncan Robinson.
Last season, he averaged 16.5 minutes. He's playing 29 minutes right now, and he's their fourth leading scorer right now with, I think, 14 points. Yeah. And he's shooting like 42 from the three. Seeing that offense in person, I really got to see how much of a role both Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson play, especially from the three. A lot of their offense revolves around Bam getting the ball at the top of the key. He'll hand it off to either Debo or Hero and set a screen at the same time, so then they're open for a shot or for a pull-up, and they're knocking on the shots effectively. So they've been playing really well, and I've been impressed that Duncan Robinson kind of has flipped the script and has become a prominent role in the offense so far.
He's averaging 14.6%.
Yeah, he's the fourth leading scorer on the team, shooting efficiently from the field and from the three. It just kind of shows how their offense is operating right now, but he's getting the opportunity and he's knocking down shots right now, so I've been impressed with that.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Actually, Tyler Hero's leading the team in points per game at 23.3.
Yeah, he's been playing really well too. He's been facilitating well.
We were just talking about that. I said, how's Tyler Hero doing? And I'm like, I haven't heard much about him. But
yeah, and Jimmy's been out a little bit too, so Tyler Hero's had to really take the reins. Yeah, Bam does too. Bam, he's obviously
Bam and Jimmy's both played 24 games, and then Tyler Hero's only played 16. So there's
oh, that's right.
Games.
Tyler Hero was out for some time.
So he's leading the league with 23.3, but he's only played 16 of those games so far this season. Oh man,
a player who
we were talking about Kyle Lowry today too.
Yeah, his minutes have been down a little bit this year.
That's actually crazy. I didn't know he was on the Heat originally. Kind of crazy to see him there.
Yeah,
he's good. He's good. Good for depth, I guess. He's not doing what he used to do up in Toronto.
Has championship experience, championship mentality.
He might be huge if they make a playoff run again.
Yeah,
go down the Heat.
And Jaime Jaquez just won Rookie of the Month for the Eastern Conference. Yeah. So the Heat are looking good, but they're always looking good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good. I had no doubts when they had troubles. I'm like, they'll be back.
Yeah. Moving back over to the West, Matt. Let's talk about this team. Let's do a little update for your OKC Thunder. There's a lot to talk about with this team. They're balling right now.
They're killing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very happy, as you can tell. I'm not as happy this week. They just had back-to-back losses, which sucks. But before that, they had a 5-game win streak, which included not only they played the Nuggets twice, and Shea had a game winner over Jokic one game, and the next game they dominated against the Nuggets, and then they also played against the T-Wolves again, and which is weird because in the last podcast I said T-Wolves had our number.
Yep,
absolutely dominated the T-Wolves this time. They're the first in the West, and then come this last Tuesday, excuse me. Thunder beat the Boston Celtics. So they beat the number one team in the East, number one team in the West. They're just absolutely killing it. They only had 2 losses in the last 10, 15 games or something like that before tonight, or before earlier this week. And then they had a back-to-back after Boston. They went just a weird road trip that they just threw them off. Because last week, they literally beat the Nets twice the last week. And then they just lost to the Hawks they were down by 20-something. They came back and they lost just on a missed 3-point shot at the very last second there. So they lost against the Hawks by 3. And then they were down by 30 points tonight against the Brooklyn Nets out of nowhere.
So they played the Nets a third time again tonight?
They played the Nets 3 times in the last 2 weeks pretty much.
And they finished 2-1 against them.
Yeah.
Almost came back though tonight. I mean, that was crazy.
They almost came back.
We kept looking at the score. We're like, oh, now it's a 20-point game. Now it's a 10-point game.
I'm like, just turn it on. I know they're gonna be bad, and then you're like, it's a 10-point game. I'm like, what? Yeah. So I was very excited to see that. They just had I think they just had this off road trip. The Hawks threw them off. It's just a very quick, very like 4 or 5 games this week. I think it's just not what they've been used to lately. So
I'm gonna say it. You've been saying it, Matt. I think there's an MVP over in OKC.
There is an MVP.
I think there's an MVP over in OKC.
Man is absolutely fucking killing it.
He's only getting better. And we were talking about Masai. If he's entered top 5 territory, I think he's in top 5 territory right now.
Top 3 ladder for MVP.
Yeah. What was it? What was the post up stat?
Well, that was insane. I need to find that. He's like absolutely efficient from post up. Yeah, I sent that to you. I'm gonna go.
I think he's one of the best post up guards in the league.
He is one of the best. So I was also looking at this video from a different podcast, and they're just talking about him. It's like if the man misses 2 threes in a row, that's okay. He goes straight back down to the post. He wants to be efficient. He's not going to just sit there in the corner the whole entire night and just miss threes. If he misses a couple, he's like, all right, I'm not hitting them right now. So he goes and makes shots everywhere else. He gets in between.
IQ. Yeah.
He has the best drive I've seen of any point guard. We were playing basketball tonight, and I'm literally like sitting down there. I'm like, how does this man do it? Like, I don't know how.
It's crazy.
He's just killing it. I love the man. Let me see. Let me go find that post-up stat. Oh, yeah. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is shooting 81.8% from the field in post-up situations. He's 27-33 this season. So, yeah, he absolutely is just – he's killing it. He's in day in, day out. He's leading the league in steals as well. We have not had I forget the exact stats for it, but it's like we've not had this kind of stat line from a player since Michael Jordan that has over 2+ steals, over 30+ points a game, and like I think it's 5 or 6+ assists as well as an average stat line. I forget exactly what it is, but we have not seen this from like somebody that's producing so many points, but also on the defensive end, also being stupid efficient from everywhere in the field. He's like has the ball in his hands.
Third in All-Star voting.
We'll
talk more about that later. Yep.
Yeah, he's absolutely insane. He's an MVP. He's playing like an MVP.
They got 3 wins against the Warriors already.
Yeah, they beat the Warriors 3 times.
They've just dominated the Warriors.
They beat the Nuggets twice. They've lost them once. Beat the T-Wolves once. Lost to the T-Wolves once.
Beat the Clips. Celtics. We just talked about.
They got the Wizards coming up next week.
Beat the Knicks. That's a good win.
Knicks was a good win. They lost to the Lakers. Trent's gonna love that. Me and Trent have a little bet going on for the season series there.
So what is it? 1-1 now. Looks like they beat them.
Yeah. They beat them already once. Yep. So they're 1-1 against them. Yeah, they're doing it insane. I'm really excited for them. They had a little setback against the Hawks and the Nets, but they have 4 days off, or 3 or 4 days off for the weekends, which will be a good reset for them. They'll go back to it.
Who do they play next?
They play the Wizards on Monday, which I really not going to sweat that. But yet again, they were down 30 points to the Nets tonight.
I'm not going to say anything. Yep.
Not going to.
You never know.
Knock on wood.
Yep.
Yeah, they're killing it. Not only do they have an MVP on that court, they also have a Rookie of the Year on that court. And yeah, I'm going to say it. Well, actually, I don't even need to say it. Let the stats explain it for myself. He's had probably since we last talked, he's had at least two 30-point games and like 3 20-point games. He's still getting crazy blocks. He's being super efficient as well. He just won Kia Rookie of the Month for the last 2 months, December and November. So,
I did look at his stats the other day, and I noticed that he's shooting 40% from 3.
Yeah.
That's
name any guy.
He probably doesn't take too many threes a game, but that's just super efficient that he's knocking 40%.
Any guy over 7 foot making more threes than him, or percentage wise. I think that was one of my biggest arguments that I brought up against.
I tried to compare it with Wemby's 3-point percentage, and I'm not going to say anything.
No, say it, please. Like what, 21%?
I think it was. Let's look really quick.
Look it up. This is what I was like arguing against Sai about, is the fact that Wemby is their
29%.
29%.
Yeah.
So Wemby is still the number 1 scorer for the for the Spurs, and his points per game has gone down to 18 point something now. He was averaging 19 point something. Still the only team without a score that were averaging over 20 points per game. Spurs are hot garbage, and it sucks for Wemby, but that's, you know, this is what happens in sports in general.
Yeah.
You suck, you get good players. That's how you build a dynasty. So, yeah, J-Dubs is killing it. We were talking about sophomore standouts last podcast. I didn't give that much praise to J-Dubs. I did, but I'm going to give him more praise. He's killing it. That whole team, like, I'll be honest, when Thunder first hired Mark Daigneault, I was like, who the fuck? They're just like, oh, Sam Presti, you know, just tanking. Billy Donovan went to the Bulls. I'm like, just tanking. Just this random guy named Mark Daigneault. I'm like, he's not going to be anything. He is coaching this team so well right now. And it's surprising me. I'll be honest. They have so much young talent.
It's a fun team.
It's so much fun. And then Josh Giddey is doing good. He was not performing well. There was some news going around the league I'm not going to talk about. But we won't get into that. He's still playing, so I mean, that's all I need to say. He's doing good. I'm excited to see him doing well. I'm really excited for this Thunder team, man. They're gonna make a deep playoff run, I guarantee. I know they don't have much playoff experience at all on that team, which might show when it comes to the playoff times. But they have a dynasty.
They're so young, though. You know,
they have a dynasty.
Yeah, if they not saying it's gonna happen, but even if they were to get like a first round exit or something, they then gain that experience.
Right now, they're projected to have 2 lottery picks because they have
then they have that too.
They have the Rockets pick, and they have the Jazz pick, and they have the Clippers pick. And I don't think the Clippers are gonna have a lottery pick again this year.
No,
but also keep in mind the trade deadline is coming up February 8th. So we have about a month.
Yep.
We have about a month until the trade deadline. We already saw the OG trade go through. There's going to be more coming through. Pascal Siakam is on the trade market as well. Keep that eye open. But I've heard from a lot of people they're just one piece away. One piece away. And I know exactly what that piece is, and that is a power forward of some sort. And there's one guy that I want so bad, which I told you 100 times that I'd trade for it in a heartbeat.
Let's hear it.
Is Lauri Markkanen. Laurie.
What kind of trade package do you think would they like? What would you be willing? What do you think they'd be willing to send over?
I don't think I could personally. I don't know about at least NBA value that much because I also don't know what Laurie's contract is or anything like that. But you know, he's a stud. Multiple first-round picks, without a doubt, and maybe one of our depth players, 1 or 2 of our depth players for him. Yeah, that's the way it's going to go.
Laurie would be pretty sick on the
And
Thunder.
that's the thing. We still have 30 fucking draft picks over the next 4 or 5 years.
A lot of assets.
So we have the power to do this, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to compete. I don't think the Thunder are going to win the championship at all this year. I'm just going to put that. I mean, we'll love it. I do have a bet down for them. I got in the preseason odds for that, but just because I thought I could, because why not? And but yeah, I'm really happy with my Thunder. They're killing it. They're going to get their feet back after a 2-game losing streak, which is fine. That's nothing compared to 28-game Pistons, but yeah, they'll be good.
Yeah.
I love them. The whole, I think, was like the other, I forget which game it was, but like all the starters like had 100 for 110 of their points. There's like J-Dubs is over 20 points. Josh Giddey was over 20 points. Shea had 40 points. Chet had 20-something points. Lou Dort had 20-something points.
When your starters are all producing like that,
they're all young. You can give them, like, that's the thing. I know Shea is like I say, Shea's MVP. At the end of the day, I trust Shea more than anybody else on that team to make a shot if it comes down to the final buzzer or something like that, or put the ball in his hands. Yep. But the other thing is I like any one of those starters I can trust, because you saw Chet already make a game winner over against the Warriors, or not a game winner, but a game tying that was brought to OT. Like, you've seen him do that. I can trust any other player on this team to do that. I can trust even bench players like Cason Wallace or Isaiah Joe or other Jalen Williams or Lonnie Waters. like I could trust any of these guys to take a final shot, and I'm very happy with it.
Yep.
So I'm very happy where we're at. One piece away. This is the next dynasty in the NBA that you got to keep your eye out for.
Yep. Well, as always, we'll be continually talking about OKC and
I can go on and on. I know.
Talking about SGA throughout the year.
Yeah.
Each pod will always go back to OKC. So
as long as
we'll never have enough OKC.
No, I apologize for people out there. Or I know it's not an OKC podcast, but it kind of is at this point. And
hey man,
you know what? I've dealt with my bullshit for the last few years of them doing bad, so I'm gonna fucking take as much as I can right now.
As Frank Arterberry says, this is our podcast. We can do what we want with it.
Damn straight.
And if they don't like it, they don't have to listen. Frank's gonna love that I just shouted him out again.
Thanks, Frank.
I got you, Frank. Anyway, moving back over to the East. In the past couple of pods, we've been talking about a little rivalry started kind of brewing in the East between the Pacers and the Bucks. To start off the new year, they played twice again. The Pacers took both games, so they're done playing this season, at least in the regular season. Pacers took the season series 4-1, Matt. They've been kind of dominating the Bucks.
Yeah.
And I think we were kind of talking about it with Simon a little bit last episode, but what's been really impressive and what's been helping them a lot is their role play has been really effective recently. They're having guys step up, different guys in different games. In the past two games against the Bucks, first game it was Mathurin who kind of stepped up. He had 25. A guy whose name we keep talking about, TJ McConnell, he had 16 and 9.
Yep.
And then in the second game, we had guys like Bruce Brown, Obi Toppin, Miles Turner that played well. And I just want to go back to also Benedict Mathurin. He played well in that first game against the Bucks to start off the new year. And that was someone who I mentioned in the last episode in the sophomore slump. And it looks like in the past 4 games, he's been playing better. And so maybe this is kind of the switch for him, and he'll start kind of turning things around. I think another funny thing is that the Pacers have been playing so well against the Bucks that they didn't have to play James Johnson.
Yeah.
He didn't go there. He didn't go in at all again in those games.
Yeah. So going back to Tyrese, since we last had our podcast, he first played against it was against the Bulls. He had a 21-point game, 20 assists, 0 turnover game. Absolutely insane. Where I texted you, I was like, Tyrese out East, man.
Yep.
Absolutely insane. The next day, or the next game for them, he goes out and puts up a 22-point game and 23 assist game as well, along with 5 rebounds against the Knicks. And there was only 2 active players in the NBA to have multiple 20-point, 20 assist games. Can you name those 2 players?
Tyrese Halliburton.
Yep.
And the first ballot Hall of Famer unanimous Russell Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook, Russell Westbrook had a 20-point, 20 rebound, 20 assist, triple-double. Was one of those. But yeah, so we also talked about it earlier, is you look back at that Kings and Pacers trade now, and you see that you have Domantas Sabonis leading the league at 12 points.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
A little over 12 rebounds per game. So he's leading the league in 12 rebounds per game. And as a Zags fan, like I never would have saw the day that I would see Domantas Sabonis leading the entire league in rebounds. And he wasn't he wasn't a center at Gonzaga. He was a power forward kind of guy. He was obviously still a really good rebounder, but I never saw to see this day.
He's a triple-double machine, man.
Triple-double machine. He's
Triple-double
killing
machine.
it.
Yeah.
He's a good floorboard for Draymond's foot. But Tyrese Halliburton, I did not expect to be this as good as he is. And I'm very happy that he is. I know I got you there a little bit. No word from Draymond Green's suspension, by the way. He's still...
Yeah.
People predict him come back in February. But anyways, yeah, talking about the Pacers. Pacers are killing it. The record don't show. They're 20-14. They're I forget where they are standing wise.
But yeah, there's always so much debate about like who won that trade.
It's dead even.
It's
so
crazy
even
to say, but like it really is even.
But I think it really worked out for both of them. So like
they fit really well in both of their offenses.
Because I don't think Tyrese would be doing as good as he is right now in Sacramento because they have De'Aaron Fox there.
Yep.
And Malik Monk's balling out lately this year too. So I don't think Tyrese Halliburton really needed there in Sacramento versus, now he's just Benedict Mathurin over here.
Yep.
And, excuse me, Miles Turner. And now he's just like, he can give the ball to anybody. And obviously it's shown.
And I mean, look at this stat right here. The Pacers put up 150 tonight. They had 50 assists as a team. I mean, that's just team basketball at its finest.
Route Hogs, 150 to 116.
150.
Sixth win in a row.
Yeah, they've won 6 in a row now. They're 5th in the East. They're playing really good basketball.
Yeah, they're my favorite team out East right now.
Yeah. They've been playing.
Besides, like, the obvious. Also, another team that's coming back is the Bulls. Andre Drummond is looking like old Detroit Andre Drummond.
He's really stepped it up with Nikola Vucevic out.
Yeah. He's looking like his old self, like he used to play in Detroit.
Double machine.
He's killing it on the board.
Defensive anchor.
Yeah.
He's been playing well. Bulls always, have a chance. And now Levine is back from injury. He actually played tonight. It was his first game. I think he had 15 points. He came off the bench. He was on minute restriction. But being able to have him back, start getting the offense flowing again, it's good to have him back. And they're in their top 10. Yeah. That's what we love to see. They've jumped and they've gone in the top 10.
Yeah, they're now 16 to 21.
Yep.
That's playing tournament.
Yep.
So
they've been playing well. Winning positive record in their last 10. So they've been playing well. And now, like I said, with Levine back, it should be interesting.
Also, news since we last podcast is there's hope that Lonzo could actually, quite possibly, maybe not make a return this season. Actually, which people thought he was just done for. But there was good news for that to see that
he said that he has had no pain in his knee.
Yeah, which is insane.
He's going to try to return to kind of more strenuous activity and try to ramp up the workload to see if he can make it come back to the floor.
It'd be really fun to see him play against his brother, first of all.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I'm not even sure they played against each other, have they? Like in the NBA?
I think they matched up. I think they matched up once. Yeah. They at least matched up once.
It'd be really fun.
Because I think LaMelo won that game.
Yeah.
And LaMelo went pretty
LaMelo's third year, right?
Yeah. He went pretty crazy in that game. But being able to have Lonzo back, I mean, that's going to help the Bulls so much. That could really. He is from the NBA. Fun for the NBA, and that could just shoot up the Bulls.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that'll be definitely something to see. Going back to the Pacers and putting up 150 tonight, that kind of just leads me into the next thing I wanted to talk about, which is just kind of the amount of points that these teams have been dropping in these games recently this season. It's crazy. End of December, I think there was a night where 8 teams all dropped 125 plus, and 2 teams dropped 140. And then
the next week,
what was it? The next week,
five games, all where every single, not only just the people that won, but every single team scored over 140.
Absolutely insane, dude.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
There's 5 games, so 10 total teams scored over 140 points on a random Tuesday or Monday night.
I looked up a stat. In the past 5 years, the NBA league average for points per game is 111.
And now, like, after this season, it's probably going to be a lot higher.
It's going to be crazy. I mean, it's probably, I don't know what the record is for, what for most points per game average.
I don't know either, but my gosh.
This has got to be up there. And, kind of looking at the amount of points per game, there's could be a couple different reasons for the reasoning for the increase in points per game. I think one of them was definitely kind of in terms of like the evolution of the game. Definitely the evolution of the 3-point shot.
Yeah.
The 3-point shot has become, I mean, it starts with Steph, right?
Just looking through these. Dallas won 139 to 103 today.
Yeah.
Sacramento won 135 to 130 against the Raptors today.
Memphis. They ended up winning that game against the Lakers.
Memphis beat the Lakers 127 to 113. Golden State scored 113 over the Pistons. Phoenix won 113. 122 to 120, the Denver versus Magic game. Like, these are just some insane scores. This just seems so easy now. Like, We just said the Pacers dropped to 150. Brooklyn dropped 124 tonight. Yeah, it's wow. Just wow.
Yeah, I really just think it's it's the evolution of the game, right?
People, that's also just more efficient. I feel like.
Yeah.
Well, that also has to come into effect. You got to think about it's more efficient, but I also don't think the defense is quite as it was in previous years. But
oh yeah, dude, if you drive and kick, you're gonna have a guy wide open because the guy helps on the weak side, and then when the kick, and then the ball gets kicked out to the corner, and then he kind of just turns around, stands there, and the guy hits a corner three wide open.
I'm trying to remember. I watched a video basically on the evolution of the game, talking about how high scoring it is. The man goes into some great detail. I can't remember who it was, but I watched this video about it.
Even
basically talking about that though, is like the kicking, because everybody needs to drive. No one's going to defend the perimeter anymore. You need three guys down low. Because Shea can easily slip through two guys. That's
another thing in terms of Kyrie Irving, ball handling, evolution of it. Like, you're able to do more moves, get by your defenders more effectively. There's just so many different combinations to be able to blow by your defender now and kick out. I mean, just really being able to just do that opens up the offense, opens up the floor. I mean, it's crazy. Yeah. The number of threes per game that have been attempted and made has doubled every year since 2012, and
it's insane.
It's now up to crazy numbers compared to what it was.
Give perks to Curry, just kind of revolutionizing the three
for real.
Just the spot up, pull up, shoot, off the ball, dribble, shoot, whatever it is. Like, you can score from anywhere in this court now. You see Jokic making nearly half court buzzer beaters. Which you see is an insane shot. She did that over the Warriors, as he talked about. You see that shot, and you're like it doesn't even, normally, a couple years ago, you're like, whoa, how did he do that? But it almost seems okay, yeah, that seems like he should make that.
Yeah,
it's I'm not even surprised.
You see how much emotion he showed after that too?
Yeah,
that was crazy,
absolutely insane.
Anyways, so moving on, we're going to kind of wrap up the pod today talking about All-Star voting. The first return of fan voting came out a couple days ago, and we were able to see the standings for voting. Let's look at the Western Conference first. Let's take a look at the guards. Matt, the top 5 guards right now for voting are in order from 1 to 5. It's Luka, Steph, SGA, Harden, Kyrie. Hearing those 5, what are your thoughts?
First 3 makes sense. This is fan voting, obviously.
Yep.
Harden, Kyrie are way too high, in my opinion. I think there's other people below them that should be up there.
Kyrie hasn't played enough.
Kyrie's not played enough
compared to the other players who are up there.
Kyrie's nothing what he used to be.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of players below him that we'll talk about that are better. That's why I was I don't know. I think Steph is just higher just because it's Steph.
Yeah.
And just I know we'll talk about it later, a little bit later, but I know LeBron's up there for the front court.
Yep.
And he's not playing better than a lot of other players in the front court right now. But it's just popular vote. It's just what fans do. You'll never see. I don't think I've seen a All-Star game probably in the last 10 plus years, 10 maybe 15 years, that haven't been top 3 voting is KD and LeBron.
Yep.
So I don't think I will ever see it until one of them retires. So.
They're number 1 and 2 right now in the front court voting.
Exactly.
LeBron goes LeBron, then KD.
It's I love them. They're still. I'm not saying they're bad by any means.
Yeah.
But there's definitely we talked about a lot of players during this podcast already that are playing better than them.
Yeah.
So
going back to the guards, seeing Kyrie at 5, I see 2 names below him that should be above him. First one's Ant.
Ant definitely above him.
Yeah.
Number 1 in the West.
Yeah.
Ant's insane. I love Ant.
Yeah, and then the second one is De'Aaron Fox.
De'Aaron Fox do way better than Kyrie.
He's averaging 29.
Gosh.
Averaging 29. So,
you still have the teams that me and Side drafted?
Yes, I do.
Because I'm curious comparatively what we did.
I do have those. So, yeah. For the West, you had, for your guards, you had SGA and Steph.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And then for the front court, you had KD, Braun, and then Sabonis.
And go through the front court. For who's all in the front court?
Front court. So
Top five.
we have top 5 is going to be from 1 through 5. It's LeBron, KD, Jokic, AD, and Kawhi.
See it? Yeah. Domantas Sabonis definitely deserves to be a top 5. I'm sorry. AD, yes.
Can I tell you that Sabonis is not even in the top 10?
His name's not
even. His name's not even on here.
He's leading the league in rebounds, and he's not top 10.
Let's finish it out then. So 5 is Kawhi. Then it goes PG.
Why would you put PG as a front court? Because he's a small forward. He plays a guard.
Yeah. Sengun. Wemby.
I'm gonna throw my
Chet. And then Cat.
I would not put Chet or Wemby over Domantas Sabonis.
No.
I put Domantas Sabonis over Cat.
I'm actually shocked that Sabonis is not on here.
I put Sabonis over Cat. I put him over Wemby. I put him over Chet.
Yeah.
Definitely put him over Sengun.
Yeah.
Sengun's been having a great season.
But not like Sabonis, though.
But not like Sabonis. No. He's not leading the league. He's not. I mean, Sabonis is having triple doubles. That is so ridiculous.
That's crazy.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I can't with that. I'll get past my bias a little bit there, but I mean, he definitely deserves to be an all-star, and if he doesn't get an all-star because of fan voting, I'm going to throw something. So it was Jokic should be number 1. Okay, I gotta keep in mind this is just fan voting. I gotta keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Obviously, LeBron's gonna be number 1.
Yep.
Obviously, KD's gonna be number 2, like I said.
Yep.
For the last 15 years, it feels like it's gonna be that way.
It's gonna be like that for until they're done. Yep.
Yeah. Who is third again?
Jokic.
Jokic is third.
Yep. And then it goes AD and Kawhi.
Kawhi's too high.
And then it goes PG.
It's weird to think of Kawhi as a front court. I guess he technically is, but
yeah,
I don't know. He still plays like a guard. He's just a big guard.
Let's go back over to the guards for a second. Let me finish out. So we had Kyrie at 5. We had Ant at 6. Mm-hmm.
Ja
at 7. De'Aaron Fox at 8. Clay at 9. Austin Reeves at 10.
How many games has Ja Morant played?
He's played 9 now.
And he's
over over De'Aaron Fox in All-Star voting.
What a joke. NBA fans are just mean, dude.
It's all for the memes.
It's all for the memes.
It really is.
Partially a problem.
Yeah. Also, Austin Reeves is in the top 10 for voting.
I'll throw. Oh my god!
Any thoughts about that?
Thing.
Yeah,
that is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
That the same kind of thing that for the memes.
For the memes, J-Dubs deserve it more than him.
Yeah, crazy.
Oh man, dude, that is so funny. That cracks me up.
Before we go on to the West, do you have any other names you want to talk about for? Sorry, before we go over to the East, do you have any other names you want to talk about in the West?
I don't think. I mean, as far as starters go, I don't think. I mean, obviously, we just talked about there definitely should be some starters, definitely in the front court that are different. But as far as backcourt, Luka, Steph, and SGA locks. Kyrie, Harden, no. De'Aaron Fox needs to be up there. Ant needs to be up there. I do like AD up there for the front court. I think Cat deserves a little bit more love. Much as I hate the dude, actually, Rudy Gobert still, like either one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to maybe not both, but just one of those guys.
Yeah,
deserves some love up there. Over Sengun and I don't know.
Wemby and Chet are rookie of the year race, 8 and 9 in the front court.
Chet's going to be the first rookie since Blake Griffin to make the All-Star. I say that as Wemby's literally
the next round of fan voting comes out on the 11th. So we will know more then.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Okay, I'm done giving my hype to it. It's just a bunch of memes.
And we're gonna talk more actually about the actual breakdown of the voting.
Yeah.
Let's go to the Eastern Conference. Let's go to the Eastern Conference first. Let's look at the guards. This is a little interesting. So, number 1, we have Halliburton, which I feel like could be a lock. He's unbelievable. He's so much fun to watch. Everyone loves him. 2, we got Dame. 3, we got Trae Young. 4, we got Spida. And then 5, we have the other Tyrese in the East. We have Maxey.
Dame should not be over Maxey. Dame should not be over Spida. Dame should not be over... Who else is
Trae Young.
Trae Young. I love Dame. I respect Dame from Portland days, but this is not his Portland days, and he's not playing.
He's
better
not
than,
producing like some of these other names.
He's not playing
Tyrese
better than
Maxey.
any of those guys.
Yeah, like,
Tyrese Maxey was single-handedly making sure the 76ers were the first seed for a long time before the Celtics started.
Yeah,
before the Celtics came back.
Yeah,
and reclaimed their spot. We talked about the Bucks earlier. Like Giannis is that team, not Dame.
Yep.
But yeah, Tyrese out east. Both Tyrese deserve it. Tyrese Halliburton is so much fun. I'm glad he got the first overall voting. Glad to see that.
The rest of this list is actually pretty interesting.
Dame could be reserved, but I know the list. I still want to hear the list though, because Jason Tatum's not in there. Jason Tatum's not top 5.
He's front court.
Oh yeah,
Tatum's front court.
He plays as a point guard.
Yeah, he's front court. Yeah, I know.
I hate the whole. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, go to front court.
So yeah, let's go to front court. We'll go to the top 5 front court.
Yeah.
Giannis,
Embiid, rightfully so.
Tatum.
He's backcourt, but
Jimmy buckets.
I don't know about
Jaylen Brown.
What? Why Jaylen Brown and what? Hold on. Jaylen Brown, who plays the number 2. I'm not gonna say shooting guard or forward. I'm gonna say he plays the number 2.
Yeah. For
the Celtics, right?
Yep.
And Jason Tatum, who technically plays the number 1. What did you say?
He's 3rd in the front court.
He's 3rd in the front court.
Yep.
I think they're both guards. I think they're both backcourt, which is really a little ridiculous.
I'd say at least Jaylen Brown. Like
Jaylen Brown for sure is a guard.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown's for sure a guard.
It's just like, I mean, like you could put. I mean, it's a little bit different. Actually, it's very different. But it's like you know, LeBron's a point guard pretty much.
Yeah.
But Jason Tatum is basically a point guard. Like, I don't know what you're saying. He runs that entire floor. He has the ball in his hands more than anybody else there. That's a little weird.
The rest of this front court list.
It's also weird. So, like, when you think about front court, why is Jaylen Brown top 5 in voting then? Yeah, go the rest of the front court.
I mean, we'll have to compare Jaylen Brown to these other names.
Yeah, let's
so 6 is Bam.
I think Bam deserves over Jimmy. Well, you see, Bam is averaging more points than Jimmy, and they played the same amount of games.
He's averaging double right now.
Yeah,
20. It's what, like 21, 10, and like 4.
Bam
He's
deserves
getting some assists too.
Bam deserves to be a starter. I think I had Bam in my.
You did.
Yeah.
You had Bam. You actually had.
I think I picked Dame.
You had Jimmy buckets and Bam.
Yeah.
No, you had Halliburton, Maxey.
Okay. Yeah.
And then Brunson.
Oh, Jalen. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Jalen Brunson. Okay. We'll talk about that. Finish front court.
So 7th is Bridges.
Cale Bridges.
Yep. Oh. I should have said no Miles Bridges, man.
Miles Bridges.
8th is Kristaps.
Porzingis.
9th is Kuzma.
What?
That is wild.
All right, this is a meme. Where's the cameras?
That's wild. Kyle Kuzma. And all right. Kuzma's over Paulo. Paulo's 10th.
Why is Paulo front court? Wait, what? What? Okay. I'm sorry. I get there's technical terms of forwards versus guards. Paulo Banchero played point guard at Duke. Am I wrong? What the hell is... Okay, am I just like going crazy here? Or am I pretty sure Paulo Banchero is a guard? Like, I actually think he's a legit guard.
You know...
Let's look at the roster.
I think he's like their 3 or their 4.
I guess just Jalen Suggs is the point guard.
Suggs is the point. I think Wagner's the 2.
Is a point guard.
Yeah, I think Wagner's the 2.
Sure.
I think Paulo is. Oh, that's his first ever triple double. Damn, that's dope.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, I think he's a 3 or a 4. Paulo. Yeah, he's a power forward, 6'10".
I guess. I don't know.
He's just got handles.
He doesn't
That's
look
just why
like
he's
a
a hooper.
power
He's just
forward.
got
I don't
handles.
know. Maybe I was okay. Maybe overreacted to that one a little bit.
He's just got handles.
Who's your guards then?
They got Cole Anthony. They got
Anthony.
Jalen
Okay.
Suggs.
Yeah, okay.
Anthony
That's
back plays a little bit.
I digress.
They got a lot of guard. Yeah, they got a lot of young guards over in Orlando.
Okay, so it's okay. So we have Joel Embiid. Okay, go through the front court again.
It's
1 through
Giannis.
10. I won't interrupt.
So it's Giannis, Embiid, Tatum, buckets, Jaylen Brown, Bam, Mikal Bridges, Kristaps, Kuzma, Paulo.
Huh. I mean, I'm trying to think of people that weren't on that list that should be. I mean, I know people that shouldn't be on the list. Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other teams. I don't think you put. You got everybody from the Wizards on there. I think Paulo deserves higher. Obviously, I guess since he is a power forward, yeah, he deserves to be higher, especially after tonight.
There's no one from like the.
You already got
Siakam, Scotty Barnes. They're not on there.
No, I don't think they deserve to. They're playing good.
Yeah,
I just don't think they're going to be all stars. What about Knicks? What's Knicks front court? DiVincenzo? Is he technically?
Knicks front court is front court would be Julius Randle.
He's been playing. Probably an all star though.
Oh, I didn't even realize. Yeah, is Randle not? Oh yeah, Randle's not on here.
How's he's playing this year?
He's been playing well.
That's what I thought.
Julius has been playing real.
Is he playing better than any of those top 10? Well, besides Kyle Kuzma, because that's a joke. Probably playing better than Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah, he's averaging 24, 9, and 4 right now. Almost 5.
So, yeah, I'd say he deserves to be up there.
Yeah.
I think
he could be a potential reserve.
I think Jaylen Brown deserves to be a guard. I think there's 2 spots on that top 10. One, Jaylen Brown needs to be a guard. He is a guard. And then kick Kuzma out.
Well, let's hear let's go back to the guards in the East. You got to hear this bottom 6 through 10.
Okay, let's hear it. Okay, go 1 through 5 again. Just to get
so 1 through 5 was Halliburton, Dame, Trey, Spida, and Maxey.
Yep.
Then it goes Brunson,
deservingly so.
LaMelo, Derek White.
So they're literally just trying to put the entire Celtics team in.
DeMar,
DeRozan,
and then Drew Holiday.
So they're literally just putting all the Celtics starters.
They have 4 Celtics there in the combined.
Are there?
No, they have 5 Celtics. They do
That's
have
5
the
Celtics.
They do have the starting
That's the entire
lineup,
starting
bro.
lineup.
Wait, what the fuck?
It's the entire starting lineup.
What's going on over here in the East, man? What's going on in the East?
Bro, they're like literally the Celtics are just paying fans to vote their guys in. What the hell?
Well,
okay, I know they're the first in the East, and I know they're the best record in the NBA currently.
Yeah,
but I can 100% with confidence say 2 of those players for sure should make it, and maybe the third. Those 2 are Tatum and Brown.
Yep.
And maybe the third is Kristaps.
I would agree.
Derek White does not deserve to be in here.
He's been playing well, and he's a good player for the Celtics, but he's not a all-star.
He's good, but he's not all-star.
Same thing for Drew Holiday. In that offense, he's not an all-star. He's a good role player. Well, I wouldn't say role player. It's Drew Holiday.
Yeah, Drew Holiday's good.
He's obviously a great player, but he's not. He's not playing the all-star level right now.
That's a little ridiculous. So who would you put in that was not mentioned in the East for guards? I'm trying to think. There's got to be somebody that makes it over White. East.
Usually, I mean, he's been hurt, so
Jalen
he's
Suggs.
not up there.
I'm putting Jalen Suggs in ahead of him.
Another one who's usually up there is Levine.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
DeJounte Murray.
DeMar DeRozan got voted over.
DeMar
Levine.
got in there. Yeah, I think about DeJounte Murray. I think about...
Oh, yeah, DeJounte. We got Trae Young up there.
Yeah. Levine sometimes is mentioned in there, but he's been hurt. So it's probably been, hurting his stock. Garland is sometimes in there, but I don't know. I don't think he's been playing that well. I think he's been a little bit hurt this year.
We already got the Heat front court in there.
Yeah.
I don't think any of the Heat back court. Well,
Yep.
Tyler Hero, actually. I mean, no, okay. He's only played 16 games, though.
That's true.
He's only played
he's
like
been
half
hurt.
the season so far.
Yeah, he's been hurt.
That's fair. I think Tyler Hero, if he continues being healthy,
Yeah.
should deserve to be in there over White and Drew.
Yeah.
Who else? Cavs already got Spida. Knicks got Jalen Brunson. Nets, maybe?
They got, it's what their their backcourt was. It would be Dinwiddie and Cam Thomas.
I don't think LaMelo Ball's. I don't know about LaMelo Ball when he has an 8-win team.
And he's been battling injury too.
Yeah.
He hasn't, I don't know how many games he's played, but he hasn't
You know
played
who
a full
deserves
season.
to be over them? Cade Cunningham. I know it's the worst team out of anybody,
But he's been
Cade
hooping.
Cunningham is still a baller.
Yeah.
I'd be very happy if it was just like, I'd be very happy if Cade Cunningham got in there.
He's a hooper, dude.
Yeah,
I love Cade.
I'll say Cade.
Yeah. That's all. Yeah.
Um,
Yep. Well, January 11th is when the next round of fan voting results will be released.
That's next week.
Yep. So I think they have that, and then they release one last one on the 18th, and then the 25th is when the starters are going to be announced. And then February 1 will be when the reserves are announced. So probably the next time we're back on the pod, we will have at least had the last fan voting update.
Yeah.
Potentially the all-star starters.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see kind of timing for our next episode, but we're getting towards the all-star weekend stuff. This is actually pretty crazy.
I'm excited.
It's crazy to think about.
I'm excited. Yeah. I'm excited. It's back to the East versus West official standing.
Yeah. And we were talking a little bit about how the all-star voting works.
So it's not. So everything we just talked about is just fan voting.
Yep.
So yeah, break it down.
So yeah, the fan voting makes up 50% of the votes.
Yeah.
And then for the other 50, it's split into two groups. 25% is from all the current players. They all get one vote. And then there's a select group of like media representatives.
Like Woj and Sham.
I think, yeah, like
probably.
Yeah, like those kind of guys, they get a vote, and that's the other 25%.
Okay. So, I mean, yeah, they don't just completely decide the fate, but
yep.
I swear to God, if fucking Kyle Kuzma gets in because of fan voting over some player, over DeMont.
I don't know why he's ninth. I mean, you could say he's been playing well, but the Wizards have 6 wins. I don't know how you can have an all-star from a 6-win team.
I'd put Andre Drummond in over him. I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
Like, put Julius Randle in over him. How are the Cavs 2015 actually? How are they 7th? That's actually kind of crazy. I'm not sure. I'm just looking at this right now.
You think they're lower than they should be?
I thought they were lower.
You thought they were worse.
No, I thought they were worse. I honestly did not know they were doing decently.
Someone who stepped up.
Mobley out for a while.
Mobley's he's out. He's still been out. But Jared Allen has really stepped up in his presence. Yeah, another double-double by Jared Allen. He's had 6 straight double-doubles. Yeah, 6 straight double-doubles. He's played really well recently.
He's shooting 67% from the field. Holy cow.
Yeah, and he's been getting a lot of assists, a lot of blocks. He's really turned it on past couple weeks or so while Mobley's been down.
Shit. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, damn. Yeah.
I also have Jared Allen in fantasy, so
Jared Allen.
it's a nice.
Jared Allen deserves to be in over Kuzma.
It's nice to see him finally start producing.
All right, now that I keep on trash talking Kyle Kuzma, let's go look at Kyle Kuzma's stats because I feel bad if I completely said that and he's actually doing good.
I think he's a 20-point scorer.
Is he actually?
Yeah, I would. I don't know what Poole's been doing, but based off of everything I've seen, I would think that Kuzma's the leading scorer.
Yeah,
22.
22.8.
Yep.
I guess he's doing a little bit better than I thought.
He's their bucket getter when you have a clown and Jordan Poole also on that team.
But they're also 6 and 28.
Yeah, he's a bucket getter, but he's the only bucket getter, so they're not really doing much.
The only one.
He's the only bucket getter. Yeah.
I guess, okay. I might have been a little bit unfair to him.
He's got 22, 6 and 4. Almost 23, 6 and 4. Not bad.
Yeah, Poole's only doing 16.9.
Don't know if I see that being an all-star, though. Kuzma.
No. I guess I'd still put I'd still put a few of those guys I mentioned over him.
Yeah.
But he's doing a lot better than I thought. I just clouded him for no reason, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's just the Wizards have been so bad. I've not paid attention to them.
Yeah.
Tyus Jones. Oh, man, I didn't even know they had Tyus Jones.
He just went over there this year.
Oh,
from the Grizzlies.
I just follow my boy Corey Kispert.
Corey Kispert, how's he been doing? He's averaging 11.7. Yeah.
Oh, horrible.
Not doing too much. Yeah.
Their fourth player.
He's played. Yeah, he's been healthy, so he's been able to play at least.
Yeah.
Well, kind of wrapping up the our last topic with the All-Star voting. Any other parts of the All-Star voting you want to talk about while we wrap things up here?
DeMontis Bonus deserves to be an All-Star.
I think it's pretty shocking that he's not in the top 10 of the front court.
I think he deserves to be.
I could see him being on there in the second round of voting.
Yeah, he has to.
I could see his name pop up.
He has to be.
Yeah.
I know I'm biased, but I think J-Dubs should be a little bit.
That'd be cool to see his name up there. Yeah.
Maybe 10. I want to say he deserves to be top 5 by any means. But
yeah.
There's a couple of those names on there. I'm like, okay, why? No Beal or D-Book, right?
No D-Book.
Well, that's actually kind of crazy to think. I didn't think about that one.
Yep, no D-Book.
No D-Book on there. He'd be backcourt. Yeah.
Well, we got a little under a week. The next Thursday is when round 2 of the results will be out. So it'll be interesting to see those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we'll record another pod when we get back from Denver then.
Yep.
After Denver, we'll record another pod. So that'll be a couple weeks out.
Yep. But this was a good pod, though. This was a good little episode to start off the year. Get things rolling again.
We got too excited. So much basketball today, obviously.
Yeah, there's a lot of hoops going on. Now it's the new year. We got the talks of the All-Star weekend coming up. I mean, that's when things really start get to rolling.
Well, this is the mid-season. It's just so much fun.
Trade deadline's coming up.
Trade deadline.
Yeah.
We already saw one big trade.
Yep. We know there's a lot more. There's a lot of talk, so there's more to come.
Yeah, we'll save that for the next podcast.
Yep.
The trade deadline stuff.
Yep.
Because obviously we've talked a few about it on here. Obviously, I would love Lauri Markkanen on Larry. I love Larry so bad. I want Larry Markkanen on my team so bad.
Would be big time.
Cute. All right, I'm not gonna get it. I'm not going down that road. But lots of basketball.
Yeah, thank you for everyone listening to this episode tonight.
Thank you for listening. Again, go check us out on Instagram and Twitter on Big Shot DJs Podcast. We're officially on Apple Podcasts now, as well as Spotify. So check us out. Tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your uncle.
And if anyone wants to be a producer, we're still taking applications.
Still taking applications.
Compensation can be discussed.
Taking recommendations.
Yep.
We're still learning, but we're still having fun with this. So,
always looking for feedback. Always looking for suggestions on topics.
Hit us up on Instagram.
Yep.
Hit us up in the DMs on anything you want to hear us talk about. There's a few people I need to get to still, but yeah. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening, and we're signing off.
And we're out of here. Milkshake time, baby.
Yes, sir.
Adios.